Hello, my people. Nice to meet you once again. It's me, Laris, and this is the Gen Z CEO podcast, where we prove to you that for Gen Zs, we are not only the way we are framed to be, we are more than what you think we are. That's why we are here. And there's this age-old saying that says, for youths, they have time, they have energy, but no money. So for middle age, they say they have money, they have energy, and no time. For old age, they say they have money, they have the time, but they don't have the energy. So today we want to discuss these things. What is the true? Is it true for the Gen Zs that we are for us right now, or it's another way around? But for me, I believe that for Gen Zs, our true power lies in our time, ideas, and also networks, and how we use those networks. And to discuss this matter more today, I have a powerhouse from Kenyatta University. He's the president of the Kenyatta University Business Students Association. Karibu sana Ephraim.
Asante sana. Welcome. Thanks sana. It's a pleasure to be here today on this episode to discuss matters Gen Z. We've talked about it well on issue of time, skills, and money. That is true. We have time, we have the skills, but definitely pesa mfukoni ni shida, especially amongst us, the young people. Yes, it's very true.
Yeah, so from KU, hebu nikuulize hii swali. Sasa kuna masomo KU?
Currently, in public universities, kinda hakuna masomo. People are, you're talking about the time. So ndo hiyo another time tuko free. A lot of students in Kenyatta University and most of the public universities are free because of the ongoing challenges with the lecturers. So most of us are definitely free.
Okay. Yeah. So, and during this time, because in most public universities, you find that most of the time kwa mwaka, wanga tukosi kuwa na mandatory self-made breaks, like hizi zinatoka kama sahi. What do you think can young people in the higher learning institutions, public ones, can do and use this time for?
I think my perspective on life after 18 years, when you are in campus, I don't think there's time for, you are working to be independent. I think after campus, you're going to be fully independent, not dependent on your parents. So for this time that we are free in campus, I don't think it's time for people to be walking around, saying, oh, you're free, oh, there's nothing to do in campus. I mean, it's an advantageous point for me because this is the time you can work on your skills. This is the time you can try some new things, you can network, you can have your time, you can interact with people when you are mbele yako kwa maisha. So to me, I think it's high time for the young people to think outside the box, especially for people in campus, that when there is time for kama sahi, that they are free, that time for them to say, okay, oh, we have nothing to do, we are idle, let's go back home. It's really sad that you go for year or third year, then you say, acha mimi nirudi nyumbani. Because hatufunzwi. It's very sad. So for me, during this time, like personally, I'll take that time to learn, to read books. There are a lot of things that I don't know. So I have my time to know them, the things I don't know. Yes.
Yeah. So, for this episode, you're speaking about the true strength, a stronghold, since we have said no money. Now, umongelea something very important that I think is something debatable. Umesema during this time they can network. But, according to my little experience, what I've seen is that you cannot network without something to exchange. And for students, you find that most of us as students, we have actually not worked in so many things except maybe doing well academically. How do we navigate the networking space, given that hadi wewe nimekuona sana kwa events za mtukufu rais? How do you network?
See, okay, actually, I believe that a lot of things that people think, I think I call it analysis paralysis. So somebody great once said, Gorse Melango, give it. Those are his words, that we do a lot of analysis paralysis, that unasema, if I go to this event, I don't have any value. Forgetting that all these people, if they are Kenyan, they understand the Kenyan environment. If you are in campus or you are young, definitely you have nothing. Other than by being in those spaces, it means you are outgoing. You are not like the rest of the population. So in terms of networking, have something at least. What you need is the drive. You be there. By just being there, it shows there's something you are doing. And also, I think for networking, it just comes naturally. It's just like talking to somebody. When you definitely you have to have something going on. If you are a student, there's a course you are pursuing. So definitely you are looking forward to maybe mentorship in that space, career space. If you are looking into entrepreneurship, you have to have an industry you want to go, or even if you have nothing, for example, you are doing currently, the other party has something they are doing. Kama ni mheshimiwa, kani a business person, you have questions you can ask. Because one thing I've learned in the little time yenye nimekuwa huku is about knowledge. Knowledge as a currency. The reason why these people are where they are is because of what they know. When you hear somebody is wealthy, somebody is rich, it's because the knowledge they have. This is something I always say, because you'll only invest where you think you'll make the most money. Why is it that some people invest in this place, some people invest in this place, or do certain things in these ways? Because they have a particular knowledge. And it's important for young people to go for that knowledge. Because even me, when I network, I don't network to really, you give me money or do this. I want to know, what is it that you know that the majority of people don't know? Because when you meet a 50-year-old Kenyan who's wealthy, how many 50-year-olds are there, or are people in that same age group or that generation? But how many of them have this amount of money that this person has?
Very few.
Very few. And I'll a bit, I don't know whether I should start shocking you by statistics. I'll go for the statistics now. It said, when you go for people even earn 100,000 and above in Kenya, go to statistics. It will shock you. It will shock you about the people who don't even earn 100,000 and above in Kenya. Go for having a net worth. I heard from the CEO of Jubilee Insurance, Julius, Daktari Julius, and alikuwa anasema Kenyatta, he was saying that when you have a net worth of about 2-point-something million, you're already in the top 2%. The Kenyan population. So it means these people, there's something they know. And when you don't want to be among the others, statistics are 90%, 99%, definitely you have to go for the knowledge.
Sure. But I had a statement and that relates with what you have said. There's someone who said that to make it as a young person in Kenya, you need at least a rich parent. But actually, he added that the parent doesn't have to be yours, but you at least need a rich parent. So what he was trying to mean, it's actually you need someone kind of like a godfather to hold your hand throughout. But according to my observation currently in our age as young people, I find that it's something that we are missing. Finding someone who can hold our hand. Yes, they're there, but you find that the problem is how to relate with these people. Maybe I've seen in your association at KU, maybe do you have a way of how you guys bring each other together and carry each other up in what they are doing? Maybe if it's a startup, it's a small business coming up as a student, do you have a mechanism or do you have a godfather, if I can put it that way, who actually helps you guys to keep you going, maybe to push you, to give you that final push, motivation?
So on the issue of having mentors, it's important because definitely, I'll simplify it this way. When you give me a figure, let's say 10 million, if I want to make 10 million, money is a currency. It transfers. It goes from one hand to another. It means I have to take 10 million from people or somebody, right? And the higher the money, it means there's a particular level of money you can only receive from wealthy people. And in that direction, then it means you have to have some element of a person, a network to open doors for you. But one thing about this generation, because we're talking about Gen Zs, we have to be honest. Look at the current generation. You know me, I research a lot. When when I look at people stories, when you meet these old people, they'll tell you, we had no internet, we had no phones.
Yeah.
I mean, which is true. It's not like they're just saying stories.
Mm.
But look right now. Right now, I can access a clip from Elon Musk.
Mhm.
You know, I can access from anybody, Jeff Bezos. What he says, sharing his tips on creating wealth. So you see, that's already indirect mentorship.
Yeah.
Because the knowledge which in like 30 years ago, bila kukutana na Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, I wouldn't have gotten that knowledge. I can just access
They
it.
used to pay for master classes, very expensive ones.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
I can literally go on YouTube, get it. So that's how easy mentorship is today. It's just about how people view things. You know, people, I think it's just about the perception and mindset.
Yeah.
Many a times these wealthy people we talk about, it's all about mindset. Creating wealth is a mindset. Being successful is a mindset. And people don't get it. Even from my own class, I always share to a few friends that people don't get it.
Yeah.
They'll go to a class, let's say my own class, business class. And then the lecturer will speak about, let's say, corporate finance.
Yeah.
You know, how money moves. But some people will be busy writing, you know, I'm working on my GPA, I'm working on... So instead of listening to all this, to understand and relate it, you know, how are these corporates operate? How does money flows? How does the financial system operate? How does all these things operate? Or how does the economy work? They'll be busy writing, busy focusing on, let me just attend the class, I'll do the exams, and maybe I'll get the degree. And they think after the degree, that's when doors will now start opening. Or that's where I'm now supposed to close it and then now start applying knowledge. So that's about the perception. But instead, somebody can just be understanding and look at it. When somebody says corporate finance, I'm supposed to look at the corporates in Kenya. How are they operating? When you talk about the banks, I should be looking at, so let me look at equity. What are these people saying? How does equity operate? How does KCB operate? That way, you are putting knowledge into action. So I think it's all about the perception that people take. And in KUBSA, I think what I'm doing with KUBSA, I'm leveraging my personal networks. Because now when I go to these events, you meet a lot of these people, and they share a lot of knowledge that...
and ideas too.
And ideas which when I come to campus and I interact with a lot of people, I see there are a lot of things people don't know.
Yeah, and we've touched on something that is... I think it's a very important point of view that most of us usually don't look at things like that. Like watching that video of Elon Musk talking about what he does or how he do it as mentorship. Because, you know, for a long time, what we've been terming as mentorship is simply someone that you can see, someone that you can touch, someone that you can feel speaking to you. That's what we've been considering as mentorship. But in reality, if you look at things right now, very many things have changed. Technology is here. We have content all over about everything that we need to, that we wish to know about. And for many people, young people, they don't consider that as mentorship. They consider that as content, which I think is something that we need to change from the old point of view to a new one. Because at the same time, speaking of networking, for me, I've been in the media space for quite some time. And the way I look at things, if I see someone big, maybe in government, maybe in the corporate, I try to understand how he's operating at that given venue that we are in. I try to see what he's doing and how he's doing things, how he's networking, how they're doing handshakes, and so on and so forth. But most of us, we find that if we go to an event that, let's say we were invited, most of the young people, they view at, they look at things in the events like I'm just a participant. They don't see people as resources. They don't see people as partners, as collaborators. So I think that is a very great point of view, looking at things not only as content, like the ones you've talked about for Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, their content as mentorship, form of mentorship. So this brings me to this other concept. We've seen, like, for example, for ladies right now, I think we are at a time that many women are doing awesome job out there compared to some times back. When we used to have gender profiling, gender stereotypes, we used to see that only women can do some other things, and men can do other things, especially those that are revenue generating activities. But right now we are having women doing awesome job, especially in the corporate space and also in the informal work environments. Maybe from your point of view, in the student demographics, do you think also women are also coming up in the same way as men?
I think in this our generation, women are surpassing men. To be honest with you, or even to shock you. Now, when I look at campus, I look at people doing side hustles. Look at the demographics. In the WhatsApp groups, I look at a lot of women doing, I think, selling things to do with clothes for women, doing a lot of perfumes, a lot of necklaces, and a lot of businesses. Young people, women. But what do men do in campus? A lot of them. When you do the comparison, I even at one point asked a female friend of mine, what's really happening with our generation? I see a lot of women are hustling, are go-getters. Go to some of these events. You meet a lot of young ladies doing amazing things. There's an event, I think last month or the other month, I attended, and I met a young lady. You know, when in such events, by the way, it's very rare to meet young people. Which is another statistics which I've noticed from personal experience.
Yes.
You walk into those rooms, you find that you're the only young person.
True.
Which also should shock you. It should tell you something about our generation. So in such rooms that I go, I'll find a lady and she's telling me, you know, for me, I'm doing this, I have this business I'm doing. For example, there's a lady I met. She was telling me she's opening a business in Tanzania, then another one in around Lavington. And then she wants to show your fellow young people that it's possible. If you say you cannot do business in Kenya, then go to another country, prove to that country that Kenyans are capable. You see now the mindset. But what are we doing as young men or something, or young people are saying, men are just men. Women. I mean, let's be serious. Let's be serious. I know this thing of corporates. Look at the statistics that we have right now in terms of corporates. I go to companies and I look at the demographics, and it will really shock you. I think as men, we really need to pull our socks up. Because again, men are providers. Men, we are in charge of families. We are supposed to be conquerors. There are a lot of things that we need to be doing. To solve the society's problem. And if we not pull up our socks in terms of skills, networking, being aggressive, being outgoing, we'll have no excuse.
True. And we're talking about ideas, skills, and time as the true capital for a Gen Z entrepreneur. I'd like to hear your approach towards ideas. How do you get an idea from the idea stage to something tangible? Because you find that if you talk to a young person right now about what are your dreams, you'll hear most of them say, I want to be a businessman. I want to have maploti mingi. I want to buy a matatu. I want to buy sijui nini, very many things. But in reality, if you look into what he or she is doing currently, it doesn't even reflect someone who wants to achieve that. Maybe according to you, since you are a co-founder as well in the business space, how do you get an idea or something from the idea stage to something tangible or something advanced that you can actually pitch and can actually help you network and actually get to some place higher than where you are?
Okay. Let me talk about entrepreneurship from that point of view, from the idea stage. You see, that thing you've talked about, it's a discussion I even had yesterday with a person. I told them, you people should be friends with numbers and statistics. It will help you or guide how you do. Number one, go to campus today in Kenya and talk to young people. What's your dream? Nataka kutoka block.
True.
They look at vehicles. I want to own this V8, this Lexus. S-Class. Backbench and then S-Class. Mercedes S-Class, you know. Because they look at these things and say, mi nataka, I'll achieve it, I'll be a boss. But then they stop it at that point. Hawaendi deeper to know how much is this vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, I think, how much is this vehicle? Let's say a vehicle is worth 20 million. I like numbers a lot.
Yeah.
So I say, this 20 million, and which salary looks good for any young person? To fanya hesabu kidogo.
Yeah.
How much is good salary?
I think for a young person, 6 figures.
6 figures?
Yeah.
So tusema 100,000 because tumesema statistics.
Plus.
100,000. So let me take 100,000 and multiply by 12.
Yeah.
Waja hii 100,000 ndio umepata. Hatujasema sasa hujatoa taxes, hujatoa all these expenses, your house, anything, yes. But let me be lenient. I want to be lenient to say this 100,000 iko tu hivyo. Usitoe hata tax, useme hata hii pesa unapata tu kusave. Entirety. Times 12 will be 1.2 million per year.
In a year, yes.
And then I want to take by 20 years to be 24 million. So it means ndo ununue gari ya 20 million, it will take you 2 decades.
Yeah. Na uja factor in inflation.
Yes. Na hujatumia any tax, anything. And then imekwambia statistics, not many people, Kenyans, like less than particular minute percentage, ndo wanaanda 100,000 and above.
Yeah.
So mona by statistics, tayari hii gari ununui.
Auioni.
Remember, this is the car, just buying it. Ujaenda kwa servicing it.
Yeah.
You've not gone to where you live. And of course, you won't drive a 20 million car and live in a neighborhood that, you see.
Yeah.
So these people, there's need for these conversations yongela among the young people, so that at least they start thinking differently on what you'll need to do to achieve this, and then back to entrepreneurship. I think also there's something yenye imekuwa ni kama misconception in the entrepreneurial space, which I call it the hustle illusion.
Yeah.
Where somebody thinks that provided tu wanafanya biashara, you're just selling something, you are in business, or you are an entrepreneur, which is not. And I told a friend of mine just this other week that kila mtu ama most people wakitoka ushago ama somewhere in the hood, kwa sababu na kaduka fulani, somewhere tu kaduka tu. Na utapata tangu kuwe mdogo, tutemekwa hata 20, bado hiyo duka iko. Bado kamama nako tu na hiyo duka. Now that is, tuseme 15 years. 15 years, look at the growth level.
Yeah.
Ya hiyo biashara. Imemake any impact? Has she attained financial freedom?
Not yet.
That's self-employment.
Yeah.
But kwa mtaa wanamhitaji wako na biashara. So there's also need for young people kujua hivyo. Yeah. Even before you start game, ujue to what is it that you want to achieve with this game. If it's a particular level of wealth, you must know statistically. I like a lot of statistics. I don't know why. I like statistics a lot.
Your major says it all.
Do your maths or AI. We are friends of AI.
Yeah.
Ask just AI to right now or today, challenge to your audience that what's the probability of even having 30 million Kenyan shillings as a Kenyan. It will tell you 0%.
Yeah.
Meaning it's 100% against you that you'll never, ever in your lifetime touch 20 million Kenyan shillings.
Yeah.
If you are listening to this, that's the maths and the reality.
So that simply means in around 70 years.
You'll never.
On average.
You'll never. So it means that if you want to achieve these things, you are starting when the odds are 110% against you.
Yeah.
Meaning how you think has to be. You can't think like everyone else.
You need to be extraordinary. How you act, what you do, how you move, what you do in the 24 hours has to be absolutely different from the 100% of the population. I always joke with my friends this way. In Kenyatta University, as we are in right now, population of about 60 or 70,000 people, it's either there's one of us who's going to be a dollar millionaire or none. Yeah.
That's how I tell even my friends, you just know amongst us here, it's either hii kitu ati kiko in our friend group, the better.
Yeah.
That's how serious statistics are. So there's need for, even as we are talking about ideas, hiyo ikue kwa akili ya watu. Now it's gone out to ideas and entrepreneurship. So to solve a problem, there's a lot of problems in a third world country. Hatuna atia, unaweza jisema sina, I don't see any opportunity. That's lying to yourself. By the virtue of being in a third world country, there's a lot of problems to be solved.
True.
Because that's why we are not a first world country or a second world country. Now the problem is how to position ourselves and the structures that we have around. Which I'm even also here to speak about. Look at the structures that we have around. We talking about skills and networks. When you find a young person or young people with skills, they don't know how to utilize the skills to their advantage. When you find someone with a network, they don't know how to utilize it because nobody's telling you how to utilize it. When you're in campus, you're just being told, oh, let's go to school, get your degree, do your thing. Nobody's telling you really, you have to have a goal in life. You're not here just to get a paper.
You're using the same book that we used 50 years ago.
Yes, you're not here to get a paper. Then you leave. Because this race, again, is a competition.
True.
That's how I want you to think. That's how I think. My school of thought. When I look around, I see this thing as a competition. It's a capitalistic system. We are existing in Kenya and in the world. You fight hard or go home.
Go hard or go home.
Yes. This money that you want, everybody wants it.
But speaking of listening, do you think we are ready to listen? Are we ready to listen? Because, okay, as per my own understanding and my own observation, I've seen so many trainings that can impact so many youths. But you find that, okay, just compare two things. Like, for example, okay, you're in campus right now. Compare Freshers Night and then compare any training that is beneficial. Compare the two. Do you think we are ready to listen as young people?
I don't think so. And that's the number one problem I see amongst the young people. And something I've noticed being a leader myself and leading an organization which deals with financial literacy and all these things that people are curious about. You see, I'm even surprised, you know, comrades, if you want to get them to attend an event, even if it's beneficial to them, you have to put refreshments in plenty.
It's by extension transport.
Or some, and you find that in the setup of public universities, the refreshments inakwanga mostly soda and something, which is less than 100, which I believe most of these people who attend have more than 100 shillings, meaning you can just go and buy yourself that thing. But when you call something like 22 tufanye vitu tu random, they'll go. But vitu za maana they won't, which I can't blame the young people really. This is a systematic thing. And I want to simplify it. How many people tangu wazaliwe as young people during the setup ya nyumbani, they have parents or even relatives who tell them about the real life or the real world?
Wachache sana.
Ni watu wangapi that their parents or relatives or people they network tell them this is now biashara. You see, not this is cash flow. Indo biashara yangu inaungua. Nobody.
Not so many.
And that's the difference with a lot of the wealthy people that we have around. Na hapo ndo tayari game is rigged hivyo. That you have a whole generation. What they discuss right now, ni vitu tofauti sana. And it's really saddening because I have a friend of mine who was a leader in campus, leading an association. And then I meet him and he's telling me that huku nje, si vile alidhani. That's a leader. Na niambia huku nje nimepata kazi, nimemaliza campus, I'm yet to graduate, nimepata kazi. But naamka kila asubuhi, naenda kazi, narudi kwangu by 8 p.m. up to Saturday, I can't rest. Ndio hiyo pesa unalipa is not that much.
Kidogo sana.
Akaanza kujiquestion, kwani what I can't do? Is it in my whole life, my next 40 years of my life itakuwa hivi? But wakati people we are young, atufikiriangi these hesabu. Haikuangi kwa akili ya mtu. And nobody tells these young people. And that's why mtu akitoka huku nje, they end up unemployed. Ndo alafu na ni hivyo tu. umerudi ushago, you just start hustling, just hustling, na ni hivyo tu ushapata bibi.
Yeah.
I call it the cycle of poverty.
And 4 kids and counting. You know, when I was in high school, there used to be my English teacher, my teacher of English, sorry. So, of course, in a class, there's usually some people who are serious with academics, and you have those who are less serious, and actually have those who don't care. So there are these guys who are coming just from neighboring, who are neighbors to the school. So the teacher used to know their parents and the work they were doing. So when they were joking in class, what she used to do, she just used to make, like, in a fun way, like, let's say, for example, the guy is called Jemo. He says, Jemo, hata ukijoke, me, I don't mind, because najua ukimaliza shule, baba yako si ako na duka hapa, atakubaia mkokoteni, utafanya kazi, utakuwa na msupplyia products. Which, back then I used to think of it like, ni kama ni matusi, which at that time it was, because I couldn't understand it. But looking at it years later, from a different lens, I can say that it was kind of something that it was cropping in our societies back then. Like, if the teacher knows that your father can give you something to do at least, that simply means your father can actually do something that can help you kickstart you in life, even if you fail. Which I think for now is something that is not there. For now, in your academics, if you fail, it's just you. You have to face life afterwards, you and you alone, unless you have a rich parent, even if it's not yours. So this brings me to this another concern amongst the young people, how to manage their time. For you, just like I said earlier, I've seen you in very many conferences. Yeah, even I was checking your LinkedIn, very many big conferences, and you're still a student. You said you are doing 2 different courses at the same time. How do you manage, or how do you calculate your time, the time that you're going to spend here, you're going to spend here, you're going to spend here, and still manage to achieve all these different things so well?
Okay. I don't know. It's about perception, how people view these things. You know, me, I'm an easy person. I really don't even view certain things as achievements.
Yeah.
These are things which has to happen. How I view events, you see, I think also what you've talked about parents is true. I think it's all about the people you interact with. Nani wanakuambia nini? This thing called your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
I think it's important because the reason why I'm thinking this way, or I'm viewing life from the angle which I view life, definitely is because of the people I've interacted with.
Yeah, your network.
And the things they tell me and the picture they paint to me. Hiyo ndio inafanya now when nikiangalia vitu, I don't look at life the same way people look at it. Now networking, I definitely, hiyo ni kitu lazima tuifanyike. Because hakuna,
it's part of life.
It's part of life. If you want to do business, kwa unafanya biashara na nani?
Yeah. At least someone else.
Yes. And they say, hii pesa ukitaka anything like a big money, lazima uongee na mtu anaelewa hii biashara. You see, I can't say I want to make, let's say $1 million US.
Yeah.
Na naenda na sijakutana na mtu ameguza hiyo pesa.
Yeah, true.
The kind of people you should be attracted to if you want to make $1 million ni wenye wameguza hiyo pesa.
Na naitumia almost daily.
Yeah. You see in my LinkedIn, also in my LinkedIn, I don't really post a lot of things.
Yeah.
When I get my time, I'll go and post on LinkedIn hivi kidogo. Even at mimi I'm outgoing. You see, mimi nikiona mtu, I research. Like I think I saw Dashan Chandaria. And then because I know, I think most of people know Chandaria family as a whole. I remember when I was in first year, I attended Kenya Innovation Week. Yeah. I met Manu Chandaria there. That's the first time I interacted with him. I talked to him. Very nice advice. I learned. Then I went and Googled Manu Chandaria. At that time, ndo nimekuja around, so I don't know a lot of these wealthy people. Then Google is telling me, this man that I'm seeing right up in front of me, worth $2 billion US. 2 billion Mkenya, huu ni nani? You see? So I look at him na naongea pale, naangalia simu yangu 2 billion. Nakumbuka KU tuko na Chandaria, kumbe ni yake.
Yeah.
Kumbe hizi universities ni
Named
yake.
after him.
Yes. So you see, watu hizi conferences inakupangia opportunity. Hiyo tu by kuona tu kuna Mkenya kwa worth 2 billion or $1 billion na ni Mkenya na kwa Kenya.
Inafungua the same venue.
So inafungua, I have to talk to this person.
Yeah.
Definitely because of his age and what he has done for all these years. Respect. I won't expect that nitapata namba yake, I'll call him but what he'll share or just interacting knowledge ataniambia tu as a young person that this is how you, from where you are, this is what you can do and do. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
That's enough for me. So you see, when nilienda LinkedIn, I look at somebody like Dashan Chandaria. He's a very young man, fairly young.
Yeah.
But look at what he's doing. The CEO of the Chandaria Industries, look at the kind of investments he's doing.
Very big ones.
Yeah, there's a day I was in LinkedIn at around 12, he's posting about NVIDIA investments, crypto, and he's wealthy. Another thing, he's rich, but he's not sleeping at 12 in the midnight posting is a video. You can just see this is a person, it is ni usiku.
Yeah.
Busy investing in NVIDIA, no stock exchange, and ako busy.
Yeah.
What am I doing as a young person? Mimi nae niko free. Sasa, you going and researching about NVIDIA, do you need any money? No. To research about the industries we have around and opportunities, do you need any money?
No.
To research about events online that are free, because you don't have money to pay for them, does it cost any money? Definitely not. But you see, a lot of young people, they want just to take all the problems they have and put it in money.
Yeah.
Now, you find that what you need the most is knowledge. I think knowledge is the most powerful thing.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about mimi na kuenda hizi events na all these things and how I balance my time out, nile tu, kila mtu ako na 24 hours.
24 hours, yeah.
What I tell myself. And it's very serious. I know, leo kuna mtu ameamka leo and his stock exchange. I think if you look at the way stocks, we have this guy, how am I forgetting his name? But even these people are stocks to the way they are jumping out. Like ina Elon, inashuka, inapanda.
Yeah.
We have Juan Jensen, who NVIDIA CEO, vile NVIDIA stocks ilipandanga raka sana within hours. So it tells you that even today there are people who have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I ask myself as a young person, what am I doing? If I have nothing moving, yenye inaniletea pesa leo, then definitely let me acquire knowledge. Let me read books.
Yeah.
Let me look at the videos, clips, how watu wamefikaje hapa. But sasa hiyo ni kenye atujaambiwa young people hawaambiwi na hawafanyi.
The missing link.
The missing link. Na that's why hiyo ndo shida iko.
Yeah.
In Kenya. That's the problem.
Now that we have time, and okay, money some have, some don't, but the highest population ya vijana tunaweza sema okay, si wengi wako na pesa, right? And you've talked about skill being part of capital that we have as young people. Maybe as you, maybe from where you stand, which skills do you think as young people we need or can give us an upper hand in this situation? We are trying to make it, we don't have the money. We are trying to make it, we have the time. We are trying to make it, but we don't have the clarity. Yeah. So which skills do you think if we adopt, they can give us an upper hand so that at least adi sisi kama young people, we stop being profiled as always being lazy, not doing anything, and so on and so forth, in terms of skills now?
Let me talk about contextualization of the economy. There's a forum I attended that they say there's need for contextualizing innovation.
Yeah.
By that I mean, let's look at our problems kama Kenya na contextualize. Let me now contextualize Kenya. Where do people make most of their money?
In Kenya?
Yes.
Mostly, I can say, like informal work environments.
Let me reframe it. Wealthy people. Where do wealthy people get money?
Wealthy people.
Most of the wealthy people you know around.
I think from investments. They're doing huge investments. Most of them operating multi-million companies in Kenya. You can say so.
Let me give you this data. Most of the people unaona wako na ma buildings to kusimamisha a big building is you need cash. You know, unahitaji pesa. Or to do this, to move around, you need money.
Yeah.
In the Kenyan context or in the African context, pesa mingi, you know, there's a need for people to even understand how governments operate.
Yeah.
Government, kazi ya government is this way. I pick money from the population, right? After taking money from the population in form of taxes and hizi vitu zote, I give them back in terms of services that they need. Simple maths. So kishaona pesa yote ishalipa deni, yenye imebaki kwa recurrent expenditures na development, just know hiyo ni pesa ndio ifikie wananchi, inapitia through people. Money has to move through people. And who are these people money moves through? Wanabiashara. When the government wants to put up a road here, itatafuta a business. A person called a business. Na inampea hiyo pesa yenyu, anawaekea nao barabara. Because government is not supposed to be doing business.
Yeah, true.
So, that's where people make the money. In contracts. Did you know about that?
I did not see that way.
That's how you see.
Yeah.
Now you see the importance of networking.
Yeah.
Hiyo ni knowledge yenye nilikuwa nayo, nimamua niseme.
Sikuwa naiona in that angle. Which is very important. Yenye I feel vijana, I think lazima wa watch hii. If you're watching right now, you're talking about time, skills, and ideas as the true capital for a Gen Z entrepreneur. Na si Gen Z peke yake, hadi millennials, someone young who is out there. If you're watching this, try to look at these three things. You're talking about time, ideas, and skills. So tunasema tuna pesa, yes, but which idea are you having? What are you bringing to the table? We are talking about the skills. Which skills do you possess that can help you propel that idea that you're having to some level? We are talking about time. Sasa tuko na time mingi sana as young people na tuko na energy, right? So how are you using that energy kupush your idea yako? It's so important that kama young people tuangalie these things na siku complain tu kila siku. Yes, the environment cannot be welcoming for all of us, but if you look at things in a creative way, in a different perspective, you find that in reality we can do something extra compared to just complaining over and over again. And again, kuna hii idea fulani ilikuwa naiangalia, like I'd like to hear your perception ama your view on higher learning institutions. How important is a degree in this age right now?
Okay, nice.
In relation to young people.
Should I finish on the previous point and then I jump to this one, Ama?
Yes.
So I was in government contracts. That's where people get money. Now, remember tukianza, I talked about information,
yes,
or knowledge as being the knowledge is power. So because you don't have a particular knowledge, that's why tuko mahali tuko as young people. Haya, do you knowledge your government contracts? Now you know, or the young people now we know.
We know now.
We know now, pesa iko pale kwa serikali. Because serikali ifai kuweka pesa. She's supposed to be collecting through KRA na treasury and then inakuwa distributed. Now you know, through the national government and different ministries and now the county governments and inarudisha pesa kwa wananchi. Na itarudi through wanabiashara. Now, skills, time, right, and ideas. As a young person, what's our capital? What is it that we have that these wazees wote who have the money hawana? Number one, time. They are very busy running up and down. You see? Aya, hawana time. Two, skills, technology. My friend, right now the world is talking about crypto, AI, data analysis, nini. These people are, hii kitu inakimbia mbio sana, they don't understand
it. It's kind of a foreign language to them.
And for a young person, me understand AI, automation, IoT, nini. So that's the value proposition that as young people of Kenya and as the young people we have And that's the only weapon we have. So what do? I look at problems zenye ziko. Let me talk about something practical, because biashara is kitu practical, si theory. And I'm sure people want to listen to podcasts. They want practical things. Let's talk about the issue. Nikiangalia news, what's currently happening in Kenya right now? Problem gani iko Kenya?
Sahi ni higher learning institutions.
Yes.
Mgomo.
Any other kwa society affecting majority of the population?
Sahi, I think you have so many vices. But I think Mgomo ndio sahi is something that is making the headlines mostly.
Yes. So you see, something like that. As a young person, what do you do? As an entrepreneur, acha niangalie situation. The lecturers are striking. Wana strike, unafaa kuenda research. Why are they striking?
Yeah.
Yo act wanasema ma hizo agreement wanasema does not be honored. What is it? And why has it not been honored?
Yeah.
Haya, kani payment na pesa, what's really happening there about? So, as a young person, go and research. It's something I did with, you see this SHA thing?
Yeah.
When kuna time, usually, nilikuwa naangalia news consecutively for about 4 days of, hey, SHA, news ya 999 SHA. And then
1 p.m, 4, 7.
SHA ni nini inasumbua watu. So I go and do my own research.
Yeah.
And then you go and do your own research. And then you beba tu idea yako. And then you do a research and then do it in document form. Then enda pale Afya House around Upper Hill. Kimbeenda tu utakutane na CS, Aden Duale or PS, Mudhoni. Is funnily enough ni offices ziko accessible but people don't. Junajua ofisi ya Duale ndio iko juu, ukienda chini PS Mudhoni on the right, ukienda left ni PS Oluga, then ukienda chini Director General. Just go there.
Yeah.
As a young person watakuwa like, this person cannot just come here. They has to have a conversation. And because you're bringing a technology, a solution to this shared thing and the technology, why not say, this solution yangu, I can do it. And then, because you can do it, ongea nae, akwambia, are you sure you can do it? Yes.
Yeah.
Then you mwambie, then, I want, because pia kuna lot of a consortium doing it, just say, your company, you want to go and start with your few friends, techies, solve this problem.
Yeah.
And then upate a subcontracted in the contract to solve that particular problem.
Yeah.
Si hivyo ndo ushapata pesa.
Umeshapata.
From government contracts. So for the young people, even in the space in the government contract, I don't think we are going to compete with people in that space that I want to supply. I want to do affordable housing.
Yeah.
You see, I want to be... No. Hapo hutaweza. But when you say there's a problem you see and then you use technology to solve that problem, now a proposie, that way you'll be able to leveraging your time, skills and ideas to make the money which you don't have.
Yeah. Umepatia na solution that can help somewhere at the same time.
Back to degree. The issue of degree. Hii ni mambo mbili, but let's be frank here and honest. Higher institutions of higher learning. Let's look at the first world countries. Right now we are celebrating ideas like watu wote wako Facebook, tuko Twitter, tuko WhatsApp, tuko Instagram, tuko X, tunatumia Microsoft. Look at when these ideas were nurtured. These people were people who conceptualized these ideas wakiwa campus.
Yeah, wakiwa campus.
Right? Hapa ndo walikuwa na the time na wakakaa chini wakaangalia the problems and they solved. And because the structures were encouraging, they were able to do big things. And you find that jana tu nilikuwa naangalia Forbes list.
Yeah.
Yesterday at around 1 a.m. Nilikuwa naangalia watu and then
1 a.m. that's midnight.
Yeah, 1 a.m. Yeah. Unalala nini sasa? So nilikuwa naangalia the list. Najaribu kuangalia age and the industry. So ndo naona huyu mtu ako 41 or 40, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
You see? These people walianza kitu kama enda kwe worth is 100 billion net worth na ko just 40.
Yeah.
who is about 40 years. I think the governor of Nairobi County. They are peers.
Yeah.
It's Governor Sakaja. You see?
Yeah.
But unaona our Kenyan environment, when I'm even leading an association, I think there's need for universities actually to invest in that.
Yeah.
Because even me, I have friends, even myself, I'm an innovator, I have some solutions, but the current structures that Zico, even in university,
has the support.
Not supporting. Look at the government, the structures that are there, not supporting. Hakuna, there are no structures at all. Na hapo ndo shida iko.
Yeah.
So you see these institutions of higher learning, there's need for them to now bring in partnerships.
Yeah.
The organization directly addressing this financial literacy thing and innovation thing directly.
Yeah.
So that for the people who are innovators, wanaanza kukua nurtured from as early as now. Na wanasupportiwa. And because innovations pia imekuwa ni fancy word,
yeah.
people are just imagining things which are out of the blues. Like I want to bring an innovation kuunda basi ya inatembea juu.
Yeah.
Which in Kenyan context, haitusaidii. Nobody is not viable in Africa. In Kenyan saa isi shida inatusumbua.
Yeah.
I have this proposal which I'll make, hopefully for the listeners.
Yeah.
Let the government and all institutions do this. Let's contextualize our problem in Kenya in this way. When a government institution or any corporate institution, even these big firms have a challenge, let them leverage universities. Now let a challenge through associations like us.
Yeah.
And pose a challenge to the young people to solve.
Yeah.
Where government inasema, there's insecurity in this area. Can you create a solution which can be detecting this problem and solving it?
Yeah.
And then you pose to the young people. And then they divide themselves in teams and propose a solution. The best team, wanakuwa awarded, wanachukuliwa, they become, idea yako inasaidiwa kukuwa manufactured na wanakuwa subcontracted. Because for it to take time for it create, maybe government itakuwa na that time of the institution.
Yeah.
But when they subcontracted and they participate in the contract using the idea, watakuwa wamepata do na jina.
Yeah, kweli.
Si ni kweli?
Na
and then,
mileage.
yes, watakuwa na washakuwa for attraction. And then they'll employ other young people. So they'll have an office and that way they can bid. Pole tu. They go to Kenyan market, they expand. And wanaenda East Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa.
Continental.
That's now talking the real solution.
Yeah.
Because now there's need, quite frankly speaking, tuanze kukuwa na this conversation.
Yeah.
Because now the statistics, and I'll urge even everybody, all the stakeholders listening to this.
Yeah.
I look at statistics. It's estimated that by 2050, a third of the world's workforce will come from Africa. Yani kila mtu atakuwa anafanya kazi dunia nzima, a third will be African. For every 5 people on earth, by 2050, 1 will be African.
Wow.
What does that statistics tell you? That sisi tunaenda kufanya, like, the world is full. To add the third statistic, the mean age for Africa is 19.
19, yeah.
Yes. Meaning, 19 plus 20 in the next 20 years, that will be 39. So mtakuwa 19, saa atakuwa 39. Bado ni mtu young.
Under 40.
Under 40. Tutakuwa na the youngest population in the world. They'll be having the time. They'll be having the energy. On the skills part, hapo ndo kuna shida. And that's where the conversation should start.
Okay. From
the institutions of higher learning. Which skills are we passing on to this generation called Gen Z?
Very
and
true.
Even Gen Alpha coming after. Vitu tunafunza, are they relevant skills?
Yeah.
Right now the world is talking about artificial intelligence, IoT, crypto, what, data-driven economy. What are we teaching people?
Yeah.
Botany. Zoology. Animal husbandry.
Yeah.
Vitu zingine funny. Nasikia unaongelesha, unakutana na mtu KU unauliza course gani anafanya.
Unamwona kama ancestor.
Unashangaa sana. What is this? I mean, honestly speaking, what is this? unaenda kupata kazi wapi? So there's a structural problem in Kenya and in Africa because the skills zenye watu wanafunzwa in the 21st century and in the next 20 years hii population economy yetu ndo inaenda mbio sana. I can assure the Africans and the country if you don't invest in the young people currently wanaenda kufanya the odd jobs to be maids for the wazungus.
True.
To be exported. There's nothing serious you're gonna do by 2050. But also I want to be selfish because we're in a capitalistic society. For Kenya, acha tuache other African countries wafanye mambo yao. Sisi generation yetu tuachanue. Tufunze watu AI, mbio, financial literacy, technology. Bring on those resources zote ziende to that field. I'm even giving the government or those leaders an idea if they want to be they want to be smart. So they're talking about issues to do with unemployment. Give these people skills.
Relevant
skills. Number one. Wakifika hapo kwa relevant skills have demand. Haya. Si wanataka kazi. Just create a platform. This is a proposal I'm giving up open here. Create a Kenyan platform. The way you have eCitizen, call it hata eKenya. Okay? Ministry of ICT, CS Kabogo, na PS Tanui, engineer, listen to this na kina ministry. After creating portal, go and leverage multinational companies that need these skills. Okay? Na walete waingie kwa hiyo portal. And they post jobs specifically for Kenyan citizens. Let's be selfish.
For our young people.
Na uko 100% sure ku login, lazima ukuwe Kenyan citizen. Na ID yako, nuengie hivyo kai citizen. Na watu wetu watakuwa wanapata kazi wako remote job that the president is always talking about.
Directly.
And because it's a Kenyan platform, it will be able to track how much you are paid. So taxes. So that's a smart way. You are earning taxes, foreign exchange, hizi vitu zote. Na young people now empower. That is for the employment side. Umesolve your issue. And then that way, pole tu. Society in that space inaendelea kugrow. And then remember this other side ya entrepreneurship. Remember my idea. Try and pose those problems entrepreneurial young people. Watu pia wanze kufunzwa financial literacy because watu wana waste pesa sana. Watu don't understand even the money game. Wafunzwe the young people. Wakishafunzwa, walete hizi ideas for solve. So system ikikuwa na shida ni young people. Huku kwa kazi, young people. Young people are employed their fellow young people. Young people are getting jobs. It's not something that's gonna be solved in 1 year. But at least you'll be having a vision and pole tu.
Na tunafika hapo. I think that's very insightful coming from a young person. Understanding that we are having different kind points of view from the previous generation, but that we think the government and relevant bodies ought to look into, but they haven't yet. And now, because of time, I'd like us just to conclude, and I'd like to have your take on the current state of young people, the Gen Zs. We have seen recently kumekuwa na maandamano mingi sana, but the government always has a way to contain us. So what do you think as a young person, how can we make the most out of this situation that is as you are finishing up?
As I finish up, I think I'll just speak to the leaders directly. There's need for this issue of young people to be addressed, waangalie tu directly, and they say this young people issue, tunataka kuisolve. Because this thing is a time bomb. It's a time bomb which you cannot escape from it. So the best thing we can do as a country and for the beloved country called Kenya, the issues which they are addressing, just address them. Angalia tu we face it directly. Let's not escape from this reality. Because what I see happening in the country, during the whatever happened, I was just looking at analyzing the situation. These people are just frustrated. Honestly, ni kugumu. Let's not sit here and lie that young people are suffering. Alafu unajua we are exposed to a lot of information online. tunaangalia the kind of lifestyle, the kind of things happening out here, and that pressure is really moving them. So because of that, I'll just suggest that the government, tafadhalini, let's look at the policies that we have around. Let's also invite the young people kwa table and have conversations with the young people who have these ideas. Listen to them.
Yeah, sure.
Involve them in these things. And I think you'll solve a lot of problems by just listening to the young people. Don't impose policies and issues to us. Na ni sisi tutaishi hiyo generation. We understand ourselves more than you understand.
Yeah, they want to experience it.
Yes. So I think for me, on their side, ni hiyo. On our side as young people, let's love knowledge. Acha tuanze kufikiria differently.
Yeah.
Tujue hii block tunataka kutoka, hatutatoka tu hivi.
Yeah, kuongea tu.
We have work to do. We have to make the sacrifices needed. Skills, networking. Let's go out there.
Yeah.
Because if you want that person you want to meet, hata kupata kwa nyumba yako ukiwa umetulia utoki. These people you have to go out there and meet them.
Yeah.
Tafuta ujue mtu ofisi yake iko wapi. Then just dress well and go.
Be present.
Be present.
Sure. So thank you so much. That is Ephraim Ochieng, my guest today. And our episode today, we are talking about time, skills, and ideas as the true capital of the young people of today. How are you using those three things? Do you possess any idea? Which skill are you having? Of course, the time you have it. Just how to plan yourself in that. So if this episode imekujenga sana, you can share with a friend or relevant person who you think itamjenga sana. But until next time, I've been Laris. This is the Gen Z CEO podcast. Thank you so much.